Okay, so here I'm going to show you in the second section how to make a histogram with multiple columns in Excel. So in the previous one, we make a histogram highlighting only one. However, if you do the same thing with, for example, if you click here and look, in the first one, I only have highlight this cell number one. However, if I do something like this, I go left click and drag, and now I have 42 plus 80, other 42 plus other 42. I should at least have 130 data points, and look, the figure didn't add more values. You have here 15 plus here 14 plus 6 plus other 6. So this is not correct. Yeah, Excel doesn't kind of things. So uh, even look in the following again, I went click, and here you can see that I include all of them, and the figure is very similar, so it's making a mistake. So how I fix this mistake? I need to turn all this into a single column, and you can highlight this and copy and paste and turn everything into a single column, or you can just do it automatically. So I'm going to show you how to do it automatically. It's not difficult, just take a little bit of time. I'm going to start doing it with this very small table. I'm just going to include these two data points. Later we can do it with all of them. Okay, so pretty easy. First thing that we have to do is to highlight the table by using left click, holding the left click on your mouse pad or the shift and arrow. So remember, here you can include all this, the headers, yeah, and you can have left click and your mouse pad, pretty straightforward, or you can use just the keyboard with shift and the arrows and find the place that you need to go. The next step is you just have to go right click and go to this option that says get data from table. So let's do that. So I am in that table that I already highlighted, and I said right click. If you are in not in Windows, but you have a Mac, maybe it will be right click or it will be another click, but it's the same idea. So here we find it, we click here, and it will create a new window. Yeah, so this new window is going to have, here is the time, and why is not 23 and 20 minutes, because here is just a format that is different for time. Here is just turning that into a number, so it's not a big deal. Here the important one is that you see that cell 11 is 25 and 17, and here you see 25 and 17, and if you compare are the same data point. Okay, so we now create this file. So we in your case, as I am repeating something that I already did, so this didn't appear. Here it asks you. I'm going to try to go on zoom here, zoom in here, and it can appear like, do you want to work with this table? This table have headers, so you can say if you have the time and the cells, yeah, you say like yes, this, and press OK. If you're only including these points, only with the cell and the time, you put no headers. I recommend you to have the headers. Why? Because later maybe you say like, oh, there was a problem. Let's go and track what was the problem. It was cell one. In which time? And we can find it. Okay, so pretty easy. And what they show us is that we got this table as you saw it here. In this case, I took not not 2 but 3 points in here. Here I went even easier and I only take 2. This is the difference, and here you you can name your table. So let's name the new table. So here you can give the name that you want. Yeah. So histogram, um, and you can histogram movie one, histogram any particular array. Here, let's put X is histogram example 2. Okay, so now then the title is there. Perfect. Why? Because that it will create later another tab with that title. And the next step is to what we're going to do is highlight all these points, all the table, because we're going to tell Excel to turn that into one column. So how we do it, in this case, the shift and arrows, I found it very easy, much easier than using the mouse. Sometimes the mouse ends up moving the columns. So let me show you how I did it. So here it is, and I go press not here, so I can press in this. If I take the mouse and it will be and I cannot hold the two at the same time. Yeah, but if I go to the top and click there, it's easier. Yeah, and if I try it, I will start moving it. If I try to drag it, so what I do, for me it was easier just to click on the top, left click on the top, and then use shift to the right, and I was able to include all the data. Okay, so that is done. So highlight the table using shift and arrows. In my case, maybe you can see maybe I'm missing something, but it's pretty straightforward. Now you went from this and to this, and then you have to go to the menu, transform, go to transform, and then you go to unpivot. Okay, so we go to transform and then go to unpivot, and look, now we turn all this into one column. Yeah, so super easy, and we did it now with a few points. We can do it with 100, 1,000, yeah, any number of points. Um, here, so the outcome will be here, and you can see here the steps that you did. When I was practicing how to do it, I I I had to remove some columns. I practiced some things, but here, for example, I only did change type and then pivot. So it show you, and you can delete these things if you made a mistake, and go backward, go back into the previous stage. Here, the next step is just to go to the menu, go to home, and then after going to home, you can close and load. Yeah, and what it's going to do, you're going to take all the data and put it into an Excel table, into a Excel tab, yeah, in another spreadsheet that you can create the histogram as we did before. So let's do it here. So here we are in home. We have to go home, and here uh, just click there and look. So here I told you this is the name. So look, histogram example 2, and now you have the new data organized into one column. Yeah, and you will find here, as I show you in the tab, a new tab created, and you will find that they will tell you the example here, and they can give you more information and all those things that are important. And now we can just make a histogram as we did before. So we just go here, highlight, go to insert, if you remember, go here, and you say, oh, there is only 2, so let's go and fix it. And we can say, like, make not 2 beans, make, I don't know, 4 beans. Yeah, and as we only have few data points, this is what happened. Okay, so in the next video, I'm going to show you, I'm going to do, you can try by yourself and do include all the data. I'm also going to include the data, all the data in the next video in case that you have any problem. Remember, we count the number of data points. So here we have 2, here value 2, so we have 4. Here you have 3, so now 7, and here you have 8. So that this was the value that we got. Here we have to remove the time. I just noticed that, but we can do it like this. Let's remove this 09 and 09. Okay, so here we fix it like this. So we remove those ones that they were included in the table. Next time maybe I should not include the left section of the table when I took this table. Maybe it was not necessary to include this time. It was only necessary to include this, and that was the problem. But again, there's many ways to fix small things. And now try to do it with all the data that you have, and I'm going to do that in the following video and show you what I got.